Hi, Ruby. Hola, Ruby. Hola, Roxana, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Noelia, hola, hola. Hola, Marilia, bienvenida. Hello, Graceful. Welcome. Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Grace Lick. Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Sup, sup, sup. Oh, hola, Carlitos, ¿qué tal? Hola, Adriana, Sakura. Hello, Fynn. Welcome, Fynn. Ok. Hola, hola a todos los que están entrando en este momento. Buenas tardes, Carlos. Hola, Tini, Sandra. Vas a participar, ¿verdad? Ok. Bueno, vamos a ver. Buenas tardes para todas las personas que se están conectando en este momento. Buena tarde hasta Brasil. El día de hoy estoy muy contenta otra vez porque vamos a tener a una persona que admiro tanto. Admiro los trabajos de Fynn Jackson. Ya van a ver ustedes, él es un artista con lo que es el papel. Así que vamos a estar con Fynn y van a ver ustedes, lo van a conocer, van a tener la oportunidad de conocer a Fynn Jackson, su trabajo. Hello, hi, hello, HP. Y bueno, perfecto, Sandra. Así que vamos a estar con Fynn el día de hoy. Vamos a plegar esta hermosa máscara, miren. La mía no es perfecta, pero la logré hacer. Así que vamos a necesitar esa máscara, vamos a hacer la máscara. Espero que hayan logrado imprimir lo que es el diagrama y tengan los materiales listos. Les recomiendo imprimir más de un diagrama para practicar, para que practiquen y les quede bien. Fynn les va a pasar a ustedes lo que son los tips para que ustedes puedan hacerlo bien. Hello, Regina. Hi, Pedro. Hello. Hello, Rebeca. ¿Qué materiales vamos a utilizar? Fíjense bien. Es indispensable tener uno de estos embosser. Son embosser stylus, creo que se llama. Este lo ocupo yo para cuestión de uñas. Si ustedes no tienen uno de estos, pueden utilizar uno de estos. Miren, un lapicero vacío. Les resulta súper bien. Vamos a necesitar también estos ganchitos. Si no tienen de esos, podemos utilizar de estos chiquititos. Miren. Okay. I was telling in Spanish today, I am so happy because we're going to have an artist, a person I admire a lot. He's Fynn Jackson from South Africa, but he's living in Sweden right now. So it's a pleasure and an honor for me to have Fynn over here to talk to him and to know about his work. Hello, everybody. And the materials we are going to require are, I hope you printed the mask. And I recommend you to print not only one, but more, so you have the chance to practice. And Fynn is going to give you some secrets, some tips, because we need those ones at the beginning. Also, hello, Zara. We're going to need this, an embosser stylus. This is not precisely an embosser stylus. This one is used for decorating the nails, but it works very well. If you don't have any of these ones, you can use an empty pen. Believe me, it works very well. And we're going to need these ones. Look. So we're going to need a lot of these ones, biting clumps. Look, you can use these ones or you can use these ones. Yes? Okay. So let's look for Fynn. Fynn, I'm going for you. Vamos a traer ya a nuestro querido Fynn Jackson. Ok. Así que vamos a comenzar. Vamos a conocer al hombre detrás de la máscara. We're going to meet today the man behind the mask. Okay.
Oh my God, we are live.
We are alive, finally. Hello, Fynn. How are
Great.
you?
I'm good. I've just got off work. I got back, printed out the pattern, all ready to go.
Excellent.
How are you?
I am very happy and very excited to be with you because I admire you so much. Since the very beginning, when I saw your work, I said, oh my God, what is this? This man is not from this planet. That's what I thought. Oh my God, Fynn, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. There are many people who are really interested in mask folding. They want to begin, but they are a little bit shy or a little bit fearful because it looks so hard. And I know you are an excellent teacher because I have seen some of my friends who have grown skills in mask folding. So, Fynn, this is going to be my first question for you. Do you think mask folding is difficult for people who don't have any kind of experience?
So firstly, thank you so much for having me on. I've been looking at your other streams and I recommend people to go and check them out. You have a lot of really, really talented people on your streams. Yeah. So in comparison to regular paper folding, mask folding is about infusing the paper with emotion and creating an expression. And there's really like, it's not about complexity. So if you just want to create a really, really simple face, it's really, really easy. And I recommend obviously giving it a try.
No fears, right?
Yes, no fears. Just hang on.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna explain them in Spanish, what you just said. Miren, estamos platicando un poquito con Fynn y yo le estaba diciendo a él que yo admiro su trabajo. Desde la primera vez que yo vi el trabajo de Fynn, me enamoré del trabajo y quise comenzar a plegar máscaras. Pero hay muchas personas que están curiosos. Mira lo que tiene Fynn ahí. Hay muchas personas que están curiosas sobre cómo comenzar a plegar máscaras y creen que es difícil. Y le pregunté eso a Fynn, ¿qué le recomendaría él a las personas? Y él dice que no es que sea difícil, sino que es tener paciencia porque vamos a darle una expresión, un rostro a un pedazo de papel. Así que solamente tienen que animarse. Fynn, show us what you are holding, please.
Yes. So to build off your first question, here's a mask.
Yes.
And you can see there's not really that much folds on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It really is just a few simple folds. But in comparison, if you look at a design like this one.
Exactly, that one looks so complicated.
It's a bit more complicated, but to create a face, I mean, you just need to fold a little bit for the eyes, a little bit for the nose.
Fynn, and that mask, the second one, well, you paint the masks. They don't look like if they are made of paper. They look like if they are made of metal or any other kind of material.
Yes, for two reasons. One is, so the crease pattern we're using today is this pattern.
Yeah.
And when we print the pattern on the paper, and we fold it, then we see the printed lines on the finished design. So I found that spraying the finished models like this, it helps give a little bit of strength, a little bit of durability. It holds its place perfectly. So it fulfills many functions. And also I really love, like I went to an art school and I really love seeing people find their creative voice by daring to add a little bit of color, because when you fold from a book, you're creating a copy. But where is your unique, special, like your touch of color? And that's why I really enjoy inspiring people to play around with a little bit of color and see what happens.
They look amazing. You know, I haven't done that yet. I still have my masks without any paint, but I will do it because they look wonderful. And as you say, they last more time. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And if you look at like Alexander from Sheila's Origami, who's been folding, he's folded 40 plus of my designs.
Wow.
And you can see that they're not copies of the designs of the ones that, it's like he has a completely unique style that through the colors. And that differentiate his work from my work, which I really appreciate. And that's like the perfect example of someone that's brave enough to go out there and explore with color and just go crazy, see what happens.
Yes, and they look great. I love the way they look. Miren, Fynn nos estaba mostrando dos máscaras y él dice que hay máscaras que no requieren demasiados plegados, como la primera máscara que nos enseñó, que es el rostro de una hoja. Ese no requiere muchos plegados. La segunda máscara que enseñó sí requiere más plegados. A Fynn le gusta pintar las máscaras. ¿Por qué? Porque dice que cuando nosotros plegamos después que terminamos de plegar del CP, ustedes pueden ver las líneas. Acá están las líneas. Entonces, con la pintura, ustedes cubren lo que son las líneas, ustedes le dan su propio color, su propio estilo, y también la máscara dura más tiempo y se ve mucho mejor. Así que esas son las recomendaciones que Fynn tiene. Fynn, you are a professional in this art. How did you begin folding masks? How were you inspired by this beautiful art? Because that's something that I never saw before. You are the first person that I see folding masks. I saw some masks by João Charrua, I think he's from Portugal, but they are different than yours. So how did you begin in this beautiful and wonderful adventure?
First of all, shout out to João. I really love his work. He has been a massive inspiration for me. It all started a couple of years ago when I bought a book on tessellations. And in the back of the book, there were these masks, these incredibly intricate masks by Joel Cooper. And I saw these designs, and I pretty much the same day spent 24 hours non-stop folding my own version of that. And since then, it's just been like, I really love tessellations, but it's controlled by the hexagonal grid. Whereas this is abstract. It's just like what feels good. So it's finding that balance between like structure and freedom, and merging the free form by putting it into a crease pattern that others can recreate. So that book pretty much kind of like got me inspired, like awoken that fire. And then I realized that my skills were pretty basic. So I thought, like, how can I get good at this? And I ended up opening my Instagram account about three and a half years ago. And I folded one a day for 365 days.
Wow.
Every single day in improvisation. And it was through that discipline that I learned to recognize the patterns and learn how the paper distribution works in 3D space, which is, I still feel like a total rookie, but a passionate rookie.
Not a rookie, not at all. Not at all. Wow, Fynn. Miren, le pregunto a Fynn, ¿cómo es que él se inicia en lo que es el plegado de las máscaras? Yo he visto otras máscaras y las de Fynn son muy diferentes. Dice él que el trabajo de João Charrua lo ha inspirado mucho, y también él compró un libro de teselados porque le gustan los teselados. Entonces, al final del libro de teselados había una máscara. Entonces vino Fynn y se puso, qué bonita la máscara. Fue lo primero que él pensó. Y él quiso hacer la versión de él de la máscara, pero vio que no tenía las habilidades necesarias como para plegar una máscara. Así que Fynn abre su Instagram y dice que durante un año comenzó a diseñar una máscara por día. Imagínense. Y comenzó él a tomar habilidades y experiencia en lo que es el plegado de las máscaras. Y dice que, por ejemplo, los teselados le gustan, pero el teselado hay algunos que se rigen por un cuadrado, un hexágono. En cambio, una máscara como la que él tiene, ahí hay libertad de expresión, hay más libertad para jugar. Fynn, 365 masks, one per day. That's amazing. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a real challenge, I'm going to be honest. And there were days when you're not feeling that well and you're at home in bed. But I pushed through and managed it. And I just want to add that all of my designs are available to see on my Instagram profile. So you can go back to the very, very, very beginning and you'll see my first design, which is pretty much just like, and you can see it's just like practice, and you hopefully improve a little bit. I mean, like, yeah, like I said, I'm still a beginner, but I really love it. And it's just like with origami now with the internet, it's just so easy to share ideas, and it's just, you realize that we're just in the beginning right now. It's like, it's so exciting.
I saw your first models, your first design, and it's not that they look like if you didn't have experience. No, they look different. For example, I saw the ones, you have some of them that they have a flower over here.
Yes.
And you know, they look like if they belong to a certain culture. Yeah, so I don't know, but I saw that and I said, I can associate this with a culture, a kind of culture. I cannot tell you which one, but these ones that you have now, they are more, they are very free. So they don't have any influence by any culture. That at the beginning, I feel that, but they were beautiful anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, maybe they were a little bit, and then as like my skills have developed, I've found more of my own creative voice that's coming through. But I'm fascinated by like the geometry in the design.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look,
That one
and
is true.
you can see like the geometry is, this is halfway, and that's half, and then you also have like the lines, and so you have like horizontal lines, and then you have a cross, and all of the folds will follow those lines. So I like to kind of like limit myself to 3 or 4 different angles, and then I create all the crease lines within that grid, and then like doing with a flower in the forehead will come through. Like that will be a possibility because you'll have the hexagonal grid.
And that's what I love your first masks. They are great. They look like,
yeah,
they are
me
flat
too.
also. They look like wooden. I love them. All their work is amazing.
Thank you. So sweet.
Fynn dice que al principio, ustedes pueden ver en Instagram, pueden ver todas sus máscaras desde el principio y pueden ver cómo él ha ido creciendo en lo que son sus habilidades. Y dice que algo que guarda en sus máscaras es la geometría. Por ejemplo, la máscara que estaba enseñando, él enseña que esta parte está justamente en la mitad. Miren, la mitad. Tiene líneas de este lado y todo el diseño se basa en las líneas. Hay una geometría, o sea, él sigue lo que son las reglas de lo que es la cara, darle expresión. Miren esa qué linda. That one is beautiful, yes. Pueden ver la perfección en la boca, todo, todo, todo. Fynn, what do you consider is, what is the most difficult thing when you are folding a mask? For example, for me, when I am following you, I see you have so much experience using your hands. You know where to put your hands. You know which your fingers to put down, the ones up. I feel clumsy when I am dealing with the paper because I say, how can I get this to the nose? But it's a little bit difficult. What do you think is the most difficult thing when you are folding a mask?
And when I'm folding or when I'm designing a mask?
Both of them. For you
as
a designer, as a designer, what's the most difficult thing that you find when you are designing a mask, for example?
I think this might sound a bit cliche, but to like know when you've finished, because really awesome question. So if we look at this design, and I have the digital pattern on my computer, so I can extend the design.
Yeah, this one has a neck, a beautiful neck.
And then you see, now it has a neck.
Yes.
So it's like the design is never finished. So I think it's like the difficult part for me is to like stop and say like this is good, and also to see when you're creating art to take a break and come back and like refresh your eyes. That can sometimes, because otherwise I find myself going around in circles. So sometimes I take a break, go outside, walk around,
Yeah.
come back in, do something else, and then you find the creativity comes back again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mr. E was asking, Mr. E is a famous designer of hydrangeas and tessellations. He was asking you if, do they have a name, your masks? For example, the two that you were showing, do you give them a name or just the numbers?
Just numbers for now.
By now?
It's up to personal interpretation. So it's like, if I put a name on, then I'm influencing how others interpret my art.
Oh, yes.
So I like to keep it like, I'll do the design and then others can interpret it.
Mm-hmm. That's very wise, very, very wise. Miren, le pregunté a Fynn qué es lo que él pues, encuentra más difícil a la hora que él está diseñando una máscara. Y dice Fynn que lo que él encuentra difícil es el hecho de detenerse. Cuando él dice ya está la máscara terminada. Por ejemplo, nos mostró unas máscaras, unas que fueran solamente el cuello, las otras tienen lo que es la cara, las otras tienen el cuello. Y también él necesita tomarse un break. Salir a respirar, dejar el trabajo por un momento para coger lo que es inspiración nuevamente y no estar en círculos. Fynn, talking about paper, I remember when I saw, there is a person who I admire his work. He's Pedro, Origami Pedro from England. I have seen his work and I have seen how much he has grown. His skills are really good now. I see the eyes. For me, something that is complicated is the eyes and the nose. And Pedro, he's doing it well. I follow you because of him. I said, how did you learn this? And he told me, oh, they are designed by Fynn Jackson. And after I knew about your job, your work,
wow.
and I loved it. And but there are many people who have grown their skills. And when I began trying to work with the masks, something that it was difficult for me is to get the paper. Because at the beginning, I was using printing paper and I saw for me it didn't work. So what kind of paper would you recommend people to use in order to begin folding the masks?
I recommend people to use paper between 110 to 160 grams per square meter, but it really depends on the size of mask you're folding. Mm-hmm. So if you're folding like the mask that you had, that you showed in the beginning of the live, or like this size, this is A4.
Yeah.
So about 160 grams per square meter. And you can get that quite easily. Like here's printer paper. Mm-hmm. And if you glue two sheets together, then you get 160 grams, and it's very easy to get printer paper. So you don't need anything fancy or fancy tools to be creative. I use Canson Mitientas.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite, yeah.
Which works really well for three-dimensional paper folding.
That is a great kind of paper. You know, also I found these ones. My son, he likes to draw, and he got some sketch notebooks. And one day I was touching, and they are really thick. They are very thick. They are for sketching, and I said, wow, these ones are amazing. And I tried, and they work really well. So I got those, many of these ones just to try, and they are really good. And as you said, if you put two together, they are really, really perfect. And you know, yes. I also began doing this, using this one. It works.
Like you don't need to, like you don't, but it does help, and it does make it easier. So when I'm folding my own designs, I don't always pre-crease and emboss, but for the tutorials, I want to make it as easy as possible for people to learn and start folding. Mm-hmm. So that's why I use the embossing and the pre-creasing and the preparation. Yeah. Because then it's so much easier when the design kind of collapses into shape.
Mm-hmm. And what about you? When you are doing your work, you don't use them?
Well, you see, there's no right or wrong way to create a design. Yeah. So if I create like here, I haven't decreased. I'm just folding.
Wow.
And then it creates imperfections, and the imperfections are the beginning of a new design. So I allow myself a little bit of flex room to be able to make happy mistakes.
Wow, I wouldn't be able to fold one of your masks without an embossing tool. Wow, you are great. That's because you are the creator. You know all the different details, and your hands have that enough experience in order to do it. Yes.
Yeah, I think they kind of just work, which is quite nice.
Exactly. Yes. Wow, Fynn. Believe me, I am like speechless with that. That's great. Miren, estábamos platicando sobre el papel, porque el papel es muy importante. Entonces, Fynn dice que no se necesita papel caro, papel caro para que ustedes comiencen a plegar máscaras. Dice Fynn que ustedes pueden utilizar papel de fotocopiadora. Lo único es que es muy delgado. Entonces, si ustedes quieren utilizar ese tipo de papel, pueden utilizar 2 o 3 hojas para lograr un mayor gramaje. Él recomienda entre 120 y 160 lo que es el gramaje del papel. Él usa papel Canson, y también algo que me fascina es que él muestra en los videos cómo lo que es plegar, marcar las líneas. Entonces, no necesitan tampoco ustedes algo que sea muy caro. Pueden utilizar un bolígrafo, lo que ustedes quieran. Y Fynn, él dice que él lo hace solamente para mostrar cómo se hace. Él no lo usa a la hora de plegar. Él solamente pliega con sus manos sin necesidad de crear nada. Entonces, porque esto le permite a él cometer errores y darle un toque personal y bonito a la máscara. Así que imagínense. Wow, Fynn, that's great. Fynn, do you have any design that you feel is your favorite? Or any mask that you like the most or you feel very proud of it? I know all your masks are wonderful, but what about you?
I do have a personal favorite, but it's always changing. I like Mask 27.
Mm-hmm. The one that looks like an alien. Yes. Really?
And what I like about it is the nose, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Miren esa nariz.
And the eyes. I love the eyes.
Oh,
but
yes.
like
Yeah.
To go back to your previous question about folding, there's only a certain amount of ways that you can fold the nose, or because it's about like the paper distribution. For example, like this is a flat piece of paper, and if we want to create a nose, the nose is in the center and it sticks out. So we want to hide a section of the paper, like we want to hide a bit. And now we have some three-dimensionality. So there's only so many ways you can hide the paper to achieve a nose. And the nose in Mask 27, I've used it's the same structure, you can see, but it's different.
Yeah.
So I've used the same structure in multiple designs, but I also spent like 20, 30 hours on this one. That's why I love it. Yeah.
20 Wow, a lot of time. No, and you see that one, and it's beautiful. It's very pretty. Yeah. I don't know if it looks like an alien face or like an Egyptian woman, Nefertiti, like Nefertiti. Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but it looks beautiful. Miren, le pregunté a Fynn entre las máscaras que él tiene, ¿cuál le gusta más? Y me mostró la máscara blanca, porque dice que le encanta mucho lo que es la estructura de la nariz. Entonces él dice que darle la forma tridimensional al papel es algo que a él le gusta mucho, y le gusta cómo le quedó la nariz de esa máscara. Además de que se tardó entre 30 y 40 horas haciendo lo que es esa máscara. Wow, Fynn. And Fynn, something that I love about your masks, for example, talking about the nose, because I found the nose a little bit complex. I love the one of your masks that it looks, I never can finish the nose. Do you remember the one that you sent me? That one is beautiful, but the nose is like very rounded and very, it has
Yes.
3D. That nose was so hard for me. I can fold this part and I can fold the ears and everything, but my nose looks a little bit smashed. That one, that mask is one of my favorites because I feel it's difficult and it's so beautiful, but the nose is very realistic.
We'll have to do it like if we meet up at a convention, if we sit down, we can do some folding. It's Mask 1 originally, and I have now 35 PDF patterns that you can download, and Mask 35 is Mask 1 updated to make it a little bit easier, but it's still complex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the nose is still complex. Yeah.
It has to do also with like the paper you choose. It's like the fiber, like this is a bit geeky, but like the fiber length in this, in Canson, is perfect because it holds its shape. And if you use handmade paper, you can see that it breaks, which doesn't give, so you want like the long fibers to give it smoother. And I saw Koi Folder had a question about wet folding. In the comments, and it's I choose dry folding so other people can fold my work, but if I think wet folding requires a little bit of experience folding paper, and it does give a completely different look, and I really love the look of wet folding, to answer his question. But the reason I don't do it is because each design is completely unique depending on how the paper's wet, so other people can't recreate my work. So I choose to do the dry folding because then I can just share it online.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Por ahí le estaban preguntando a él si él utiliza lo que es la técnica del wet folding en lo que son sus máscaras. Y él dice que le encanta el wet folding y le gusta la forma que toman las máscaras, pero que él no lo utiliza para hacer el plegado más accesible a las personas y para poder mostrarlo en lo que es en talleres. Es más sencillo utilizar no wet folding, sino que lo que es plegado en seco. Y con respecto a las máscaras de Fynn, todas las máscaras tienen narices diferentes. Y las narices creo que es algo que de lo que más atrae de Fynn. Fynn, when I began folding your masks, the first mask that I folded was this one. And I was very happy. It's still, look, this is to be a rookie, okay? Not your work. This is to be a rookie.
Impressive.
But this was my first mask. And I know it's not perfect, but I was so proud and so happy to see that a paper became this. The expression, and it was so beautiful. And I said, oh, the nose, I have to work on the nose. And I began working on the noses, and I love this nose. Yeah,
nice. It's this, yes. That's the same nose that I was showing you.
Yes. I love that way you organize the noses because they are so different, and all of them are different, and all of them are beautiful. And I love the way that you move from nose to nose, so people develop those skills from straight noses to noses with shapes. I love that.
The nose is the center, so like how the paper is distributed when you fold the nose will define the possibilities for the mouth and the eyes. That's why I chose to release 9 different nose structures to help people.
You have new ones, right?
I got 9 at the moment that are online. Yes, I have a couple more that are tessellation noses that I've been working on, which is loads of fun because it's the same like modular creative process where you develop a nose and then you refold the nose and you work on the eyes, and then you refold the nose and you work on the eyes and the mouth. So it all begins with the nose.
Wow, that's going to be great. Yeah, and I have seen that you have been folding so different masks. Like I saw one that Pedro folded, and it looks like a man who is curly. I love
Yes,
that mask.
yes.
Wow. I told Pedro, hey, that's Larry from the Three Stooges. And he told me, who's that one? And he looked for that and he told me, oh, I got it. I know what you mean. Yeah, because that one is beautiful. All the waves, and that's a beautiful mask.
Yeah, that's an yeah, that's an awesome one. I really love his coloring. I think you saw the picture when it was like a golden brown, his latest like golden brown colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes. Miren, para los que quieren comenzar a plegar las máscaras de Fynn, en la página de Fynn, él tiene, Fynn Jackson, tiene su website y ahí tienen los diagramas. Él vende los diagramas, pero son súper, súper baratos porque los vende de uno en uno o el paquete de diagramas juntos. Y hay un paquete de diagramas que me encanta, que es el de las narices. Entonces, cuando ustedes están plegando, yo la primera máscara que plegué, les dije, era esta. Yo me quedé fascinada de ver cómo aparece algo del papel. Y Fynn tiene todas las narices y él va avanzando lo que son las formas de las narices y ha diseñado unas máscaras, las que está diseñando últimamente son un poco más complejas. Fynn, what recommendation would you give to people who are just beginning? And people who don't know anything about mask folding, those people who feel a little bit scared of beginning because they consider this like something difficult and hard. What would you tell them?
To start, obviously as a first step, but in my series, I would recommend starting with mask number 19, which is very easy, and then mask number 3, a leaf mask, which is also quite easy, and to follow along the tutorials on YouTube. And I also answer all of my messages on Instagram, so just reach out if you need help folding, and I'm happy to help out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I remember when I contacted you, you told me immediately, and I really appreciate that. That was a real great help. Le pregunto a Fynn que qué recomendación les daría a todos ustedes que quieren comenzar a plegar una máscara y tienen miedo porque lo ven demasiado complicado. Y me dice Fynn que lo que hay que hacer es solamente comenzar. Él les sugiere a ustedes comenzar con la máscara 19 o con la máscara número 3, que son las máscaras más fáciles. Ustedes pueden ver los tutoriales en YouTube y él dice también que cualquier pregunta que ustedes tengan se la pueden hacer a él por medio de Instagram y él realmente les contesta de forma rápida. Fynn, I love this mask.
Yes, me too. Wait, I want to show you something.
Okay. Ah, look at that!
I have a big one.
Professional, and this is the rookie. I love it. What size of paper did you use for that one? Because this one.
I think I used A3. It could be A3, maybe. Just a side note. I have adjusted the angle here.
Oh.
Because I found that it was tipping backwards. So this one can adjust the angle on this fold and it'll stand perfectly. But yeah, nice big one.
That's from the Pasqua Island, right?
Yeah, it goes together with my A3 sizes, which is...
Wow! That's beautiful.
And the paper is thicker. So the other paper is 160 and this is about 225 grams per millimeter, which is... Yeah, it works in this size, but if you want to go smaller, you would obviously want something that's not quite as thick.
Yes. Miren qué linda esa máscara inspirada en la isla de Pascua. Dice Fynn que esas máscaras son más grandes. Entonces, las máscaras, al ser más grandes, requieren un papel un poco más grueso. Ese tiene, por ejemplo, 220 de gramaje. Cuando las máscaras son más pequeñas, entonces necesitan un gramaje menor. Miren qué lindas, preciosas las máscaras. All your masks are really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful, yeah. And if I ask you which of your masks is the most complex, which one would you tell me? Which one would you choose? One that is not definitely for beginners.
Mask 33, don't fold it. It's scary hard.
Which is, do you have it there?
No, I don't. I'm actually moving, so I'm at home, and I just brought a box of like a few designs,
Yes.
but it's
Oh, Mask 33. I am going to look for that one. Yeah. Miren, él tiene máscaras fáciles, máscaras difíciles. Dicen que si quieren comenzar a plegar, no vayan a plegar la máscara 33 porque es la más difícil que tiene. No la tiene ahí porque él se está mudando, entonces solamente tiene una cajita con sus máscaras. Well, you made me curious about that mask. I'm going to look for that one. Yeah, but I'm not going to...
It's the mask that you saw in the video that you shared on the stories of me, of the design process.
Oh, I know which one.
It's like, it's like almost like sad, like that kind of, over the face, yeah.
Oh, that is the most difficult mask. Wow, excellent.
But like, excuse me. The interesting thing is that complexity doesn't make the design more relatable or emotionally compelling. It really doesn't. It's like if you look at the toilet paper roll faces, that it's just a couple of few folds, and they're just like so expressive. But whereas if you fold something that's very complex, sometimes it can be a bit boring because it's just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's really like, it's not about complexity. It's just about creating something that you resonate with, that you find cool and awesome.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Fynn dice que a veces no se trata de lo que es la complejidad, porque a veces hay cosas que son muy difíciles y son aburridas, entonces hay cosas que son más fáciles y son más atractivas. A eso se refiere él. Fynn, the mask that we are going to fold today, that mask I find it perfect to fold because it has few folds, it's very expressive, it's beautiful, it's very elegant. It's this one. Esa es la máscara que vamos a plegar con Fynn. Miren qué linda. So, can you tell us something about that mask?
Yeah. I like your one better than my one. This was just a quick test fold.
That's a professional and this is a rookie.
Professional rookie.
Oh, no. What can you tell us about this mask? What is it? That's so beautiful.
So this is mask 4. It's inspired by the toilet paper rolls, and it is the only mask in all of my designs that is asymmetrical, meaning the paper is not symmetrical here. You can see it's different.
Yes.
So it's in the beginning when I was kind of like deciding, do I want to design symmetrical masks or do I want to go abstract? And as mask 4, it's like mask 1 was very hard, the one that you were talking that I shared with you.
Yeah.
And then mask 2 is the one you folded. I was like, whoa, I need to make these easier for people. So I designed mask 2, and then I designed mask 3, which was also easier, and then mask 4.
Yes. Wow, I love that mask. Yeah, when I saw the first one, that it's a mask 1, because I supposed, okay, mask 1 is going to be the easiest. And when I folded mask 1, I was very surprised, yes. But the other ones, I found that they were easy, but all your masks are good. You know, the thing is that people have to practice. Sometimes the thing is time, because sometimes I would love to continue folding the masks, but I have so many things to do. But when you have time, because I really relax when I am folding one of your masks, just sitting down, printing, begin pre-creasing, I enjoy that. That's really fascinating. It's relaxation.
Yeah, it's like a little pre-folding meditation where you're sitting, you print it out, you're embossing, you're pre-creasing, you kind of like get into that zone and you're ready, and then you start folding. And like the actual folding is only like 20%, 25% of the time, which
Yes, exactly. That's true. That's true. Miren, le pregunté sobre la máscara que vamos a plegar, que es esta, y dice que esta máscara está inspirada en las máscaras que se hacen con rollos de papel higiénico, porque esa es otra técnica. Entonces, y le gusta esta máscara porque es asimétrica, no tiene simetría. Entonces, es una máscara súper fácil de plegar. Entonces, vamos a plegar esta Espero que ustedes tengan lo que es el patrón. Y como dice Fynn, lo que lleva tiempo es marcar. Luego ya el plegado es más fácil. Okay, Fynn. So we are ready for you. Are you ready to show us how to fold that beautiful mask?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
let's see.
bueno.
Okay, what do we have here?
Pay attention to all the tips that Fynn is going to give you because he's going to tell you a lot of important details. Pongan mucha atención a todos los consejos que Fynn les va a dar, porque eso les va a ayudar a ustedes para plegar la máscara. Así que mucha atención. Okay, Fynn.
So firstly, if you have printed your piece of paper out, you want to get a notebook or some paper. And then you want to use, like you were talking about, a ballpoint pen. So you want to use one of these to go over the line.
Oh.
And the idea is, you can see here, I've already gone over it. So when I fold this, it, like the fibers in the paper break along that embossed line. And this is what gives my designs that smooth look, because I'm only folding on the actual folds.
Yes.
So step 1 is print out. Step 2 is to emboss, to go over all of the lines.
Yeah.
And you want to, let's see, you want to push hard, but not too hard. And if you look at the back side, you can see it comes through.
Exactly.
And that's how you know it's like, it's about the right pressure.
Excellent.
And I have actually gone ahead and really embossed this.
Okay.
And so we can wait, like if people want to emboss, then we can wait 5 minutes.
Okay.
To everyone watching that has printed out. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you, Fynn. Miren, dice Fynn que el primer paso es imprimir lo que es la máscara. El segundo paso, él les recomienda un libro o un cuaderno que no sea muy duro para que ustedes coloquen su máscara encima. Y el paso número 3 es premarcar. Ustedes van a tomar esto o esto, lo que ustedes decidan utilizar, y van a ir marcando todas las líneas. Entonces, él en este momento les va a dar un poquito de tiempo para que ustedes marquen lo que son las líneas. Fynn, something that I love about you embossing that is that your lines, they don't require a ruler. They can be done just like this. Yeah, they are, and
Yes.
they look great. Yeah.
You can see that they are very abstract. They're just kind of like everywhere. And then that's one of the things that this method of folding, of printing and then embossing, allows for lines to be much more like, I think one of the beautiful things in designs like, let's see, like this, is the eyebrows are curved folds. And you don't really see that in other origami.
Yes.
Because you're folding in essence, you're folding a two-dimensional model, and then you're adding a little bit of three-dimensionality to the finished design.
Yeah.
Whereas using a slightly thicker paper, printing, embossing, and pre-creasing allows you to add these curved lines into the model, which is, it's really cool.
That's true. I remember you taught that one in Origami Connection, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I remember that. I have the recordings, luckily, so I am going to try to see that one because I love that mask. Miren, algo que está diciendo Fynn que es bien importante es que a la hora que ustedes están marcando las líneas, es algo que no es simétrico. Ustedes no necesitan regla. Ustedes vayan marcando todo de una forma donde se marca. Miren cómo quedan marcadas por la parte de atrás. No lo hagan muy fuerte porque lo van a romper, pero sí marquen muy bien. Así que marquen rápido para que Fynn pueda mostrarles cómo es que después cómo se colapsa la máscara para darle lo que es la forma tridimensional. Look at that. It looks so simple. It looks very simple. Just the pattern.
Yeah, it is quite a simple design.
Yeah.
You can see like now the paper is two-dimensional. It's flat.
Yeah.
Okay. So to add 3 dimensions, we want to hide a piece, and you can see like this section is hidden. It gets folded behind, and this section as well. And that is what gives it the 3-dimensionality.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty simple design.
But I cannot believe that this is the result of that simple design, because it looks simple. It looks like if it's going to be something very basic, but no, the result is beautiful. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I like this one.
Yes. Okay. Miren, vamos a hacer algo. Les hemos dado un poquito de tiempo para que marquen las líneas, entonces le vamos a decir a Fynn que nos ayude a comenzar a colapsar la máscara. Si ustedes tienen después dudas, pueden ver otra vez, repetir lo que es el vivo, para que Fynn comience con lo que es el colapsado. Okay, Fynn, you can begin collapsing and telling people.
Yes, so we finished embossing along all the lines, and the next step is you want to start to break the fibers in the paper, and I grab the paper like that, and you want to fold it all over in kind of the angle that you want to pre-crease. So I want to pre-crease that line, so I'm folding the entire sheet over, because then it's very easy to go like this. And I'm also using the flat parts of my fingers. Yeah. So I'm not using the nails, I'm using the flat parts.
Exactly.
And then it's also not, I'm not going like that. I actually have a finger, so I'm just going at like a little bit of an angle, just to break the fibers and slowly start to fold the design.
Perfect.
And just go along all of them.
Miren lo que dice Fynn, no utilicen las uñas no se utilizan, se utilizan lo que es los dedos, entonces no las uñas, y para romper las fibras del papel, y sigan el ángulo. Por ejemplo, si van a plegar las líneas que van a hacer así, entonces ustedes pliegan un poquito lo que es la página de esa forma, le dan la curva y van moldeando con sus dedos. Miren cómo lo va haciendo él, del lado derecho como lado izquierdo. So you are working both sides at the same time, right?
Yes, I start with the longer lines, and then I slowly work my way over to the smaller lines. And like if we look at this little one here, it's like I can't really go like that. So I take the whole sheet and I'll fold it like that, and then I'll work in on it.
Excellent, yes. Miren, él comienza con las líneas más grandes, las dos al mismo tiempo, izquierdo, derecho, y las chiquititas van quedando de último. Miren que se ve sencillo.
I'm also working on the mountain folds, which is the straight lines, and then afterwards I work on the valley folds. It's like you can do it, like, you just do it like whatever. I mean, yeah, you kind of like listen to the paper, like you look at it and it's like, ooh, I want to fold this line, and then you fold it. Without ever forcing the paper. Like if you feel the paper is going to be forced, then you want to like step back, turn it around a bit, and then come back at it, and just like slowly work your way around the paper until all the lines are pre-creased.
Excellent, yes. Dice Fynn que cuando ustedes están trabajando, pueden plegar cualquier línea que ustedes quieran. En este momento él está plegando lo que son las montañas, todos los pliegues en montaña. Van a haber unos valles, pero van a ser los últimos. Y ustedes pueden ir plegando de la forma que ustedes quieran, las líneas que más les llamen la atención. I love the mouth, Fynn. All the mouths in your masks are so realistic. They look like real.
Yeah, the mouths have been quite fun. It's like if I look at my earlier designs, they were quite basic, yeah. And then like the more complex they get, the more like they get lips and they get, yeah.
Yes, that's why I love your mask number 1, because I love the mouth. It's so beautiful.
Because it sticks out.
Yeah.
I like the nostrils are round. And it's, yeah. So you can see I'm slowly, it's like you're slowly folding it together and then unfolding. And the paper is starting to get soft now, which is a good sign. And then we just slowly go over and make sure that all the lines are folded.
Okay.
Let's see.
Dice Fynn que se aseguren de que todas las líneas se doblen. Que no quede ninguna que no quede ninguna sin plegar. Miren, y el papel cada vez se vuelve más suave.
And so what I've done now is I've turned the paper over. Firstly, I want to see like the dashed line is a valley fold and the straight line is a mountain fold. So I want to pre-crease the valley fold.
Yes.
Then I'll turn it over and I'll pre-crease it as a mountain fold.
Oh, you pre-crease those ones, the valleys from the back.
Yeah.
Fynn, I didn't do that.
Thank
you. Yes. Now I see. Yeah.
It just makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I obviously know where all the valley folds are, but if you unsure, you turn it over.
Yes. Miren, ese consejo es buenísimo. Todo lo que va a ser valle, él lo pliega desde la parte de atrás, así que ya queda el valle perfecto. Miren.
And you can see that I'm like I fold this little bit together and then over.
Yeah, you push
and then I kind of like I flatten it a little bit and then I unfold it. So that when I collapse the complete design, it all collapses very easily because each section has been folded together.
Miren, ahora le pone un poquito de fuerza, pero la máscara se va colapsando solita poco a poco, porque ya todo está previamente plegado, marcado. Miren. Yeah.
So you can see as the paper gets softer, you start to be able to recognize the design. And then unfold. And then I'll do the mouth. So I want to fold it over. Put my nail in.
Miren esa boca como toma volumen.
Do the other side. And then unfold. Let's see.
Wow.
And then do the mouth. And now because all the areas have been folded together, it becomes quite easy to almost collapse the whole design.
Yes. And that's the amazing part, to see how it becomes 3D. Yeah.
And like the idea is if you're designing your own masks, or if you want to fold the origami mask, you want to begin with the center of the piece of paper. So even now when we are collapsing the design, you want to kind of like you begin with the nose as it's in the center of the design. And then I would go like this. And use a binding clamp.
Ahí, para eso utilizan ustedes los chuchitos. Miren. Miren qué lindo, cómo va tomando forma la máscara. Así que es de practicar, que ustedes practiquen y jueguen con el papel. Y lo van a lograr. No tengan miedo. I love it, yes. That's my favorite part of that mask. The head, how it
folding it around.
Exactly. That's so beautiful how you do it. It's like magic.
It is. It's so fun seeing, like, I think that's one of the best things with folding paper is creating something.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really, I don't know if you remember, like, when you were a child and you saw origami for the first time, you're like, whoa,
yes.
Dude, what is that?
Yeah, so surprised, yeah. Miren qué linda. Yes, you almost did it. You almost finished it.
And then I just want to, using the flat parts, just like go over and like flatten it into shape. Shape the nose a little bit.
Miren, y le dan forma. Yeah, the nose is spectacular, yeah.
And then let's see. Fold that around like that.
Miren cómo le van dando forma. Ustedes le van dando forma. Están trabajando como una escultura. Están esculpiendo el papel.
You can see where the inspiration came from a toilet roll.
Yes. Yeah.
Now it looks like a toilet roll, yeah.
Exactly.
And then like, you can see this and this, this looks pretty like rustic. It's like a sketch. And all of my designs actually look like this. And then the second part of folding, which is the fun part, is like you go around and you slowly like shape it into place, take your time. Maybe like you look at it and you're like, ooh, this is cool. Maybe I play around, I flatten that down. And you can see like the whole character of the face is changing.
Yes.
So it's really like one little fold there and it's like a rounder face. Or maybe you want to fold it like that and it's more like a gnome, a garden gnome.
Yeah, like a gnome.
And it's really like, this is, I love this part. This is the fun part. You're just playing around and you're like, yeah.
Dice Fynn que cuando
design, pretty much.
Miren, parece un prototipo. Ya ustedes después, cuando lo tienen terminado, comienzan ustedes a darle forma, a hacer ajustes, a darle su toque personal. Por ejemplo, esta dice que si ustedes la hacen así, va a parecer un enano. Entonces ustedes comienzan a jugar. Yeah, that shaping part, I love that. Yeah.
And then if one would want, then one could then you can add some color, which also adds a little bit of depth.
Oh yes, that's true.
Because you have blackness in the darker places, and then you have the highlights and the edges with a lighter color. So you can create that feeling of depth as well, which is also like another layer of creating, of just playing around with the design, of adding a little bit of personality.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Dicen que pueden pintarla, miren, pueden pintarla para darle lo que es el aspecto de la profundidad a la cara, para darle profundidad a lo que son los ojos, las partes oscuras, para eso ayuda la pintura. Fynn, what kind of paint do you use in order to paint the masks?
I use just any spray paint, just like nothing special, nothing fancy, just like go into your local store and just choose anything.
Yes, any spray, okay. And if it's metallic colors, much better, right?
Yeah, I mean like Origami Pedro. They look amazing.
They look they do.
There we go.
Wow, Fynn, that's great. That was good, beautiful. I love it. Miren qué fácil. Le voy a poner I am going to turn on the comments again. So if you have questions for Fynn, you can ask Fynn. And ¿qué tipo de pintura pueden utilizar? Cualquier tipo de pintura en spray, no se necesita pintura en especial. Si quieren utilizar colores metálicos, muy bien. Así que miren qué linda. It's beautiful, very, very pretty. I love it. Si tienen preguntas, pueden poner las preguntas para Fynn. If you have questions, you can ask Fynn. Sandra, I want to introduce you a person, Fynn. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can look for Sandra. Sandrita. Ah, aquí está Sandra. Okay. Oh, could you please tell us again what paper do you use? Somebody's asking. So
I use 160 grams, Cancer Mitientes. Yo, what up? 160 grams, Cancer Mitientes, but I also use gray color. Always like gray or brown, always. It's my favorite. It's like with clay, but it's paper clay because it's neutral, so you can see the highlights, you can see the shadows very easily when you're designing, so it's perfect. Yeah.
Somebody is asking you what's the smallest size you have folded?
Oh, very small, like small.
Really?
Shit, I don't have that. No, you can see like here, this is pretty much the same as
the big one. Yeah, the big one that you showed.
the big one. Whoop.
Oh, miren esa. There you have the two sizes. Yeah, that's very different.
And one of like the really cool things with a crease pattern, and you print it out, is that you can scale it down to tiny. Whereas if you're improvising a complex design this size is almost impossible. It's like, it's really, really complex. But if you have with a crease pattern, it's easy peasy.
I want to introduce you, Sandra. Sandra is one of your followers, and she has folded a lot of your masks. So, Sandra, here is Fynn.
Oh my God, that is so cool. Love it.
Hola, Fynn. Hola a todos.
Hola, Sandra, ¿qué tal? Miren.
Bien, aquí estamos doblando,
So cool,
y felices.
Sandra, a ti te gusta el trabajo de Fynn. Tú has plegado muchas máscaras de Fynn, ¿verdad?
Y aquí en México también nos gusta bastante el origami y pues tenemos unas pequeñas máscaras. Esta fue la primera que yo plegué.
That is crazy.
Sí, fue mi primera máscara y la verdad estuvo un poquito complicada, pero se logró.
Yes. That was her first mask to fold.
No way! Get out of here! Really?
Sí.
You are so talented. That's crazy.
You see? Ah, that's
nice.
Esta fue la segunda. Ajá. Aquí sí utilicé pintura en spray. Me gusta cómo se ven en color plateado.
Oh, wow.
Sí.
That's so cute.
You see?
Y pues bueno, tengo varias más.
Oh, wow. Love it.
¿Otra más?
Oh my gosh.
You see?
This is so cool. Which has been your, Sandra, which has been your favorite to fold? Beautiful. I love the coloring.
Dice que le encantan todas, le encantan los colores. ¿Y cuál fue la que más te gustó plegar?
Esta.
That one.
Esta.
Nice.
Sí, fue la primera y la
interesting.
que me gusta
I see you used brown paper, natural paper. It looks really good in that.
She told me she used craft paper for that one, and I was like surprised because I tried to fold the noses with craft paper and it didn't work. But Sandra did it very well.
De hecho, todas son de papel craft.
Todas
sí.
papel craft.
Todas.
Sí.
Ajá.
Nice. So like Origami Pedro, Alexander, he uses sandwich paper. and he's been trying to get me to fold sandwich paper. And dude, if you're listening, I will someday soon. And apparently sandwich paper is also very cheap and anyone can use it to fold. So nice to see you using craft paper.
You know, this is Sandra is one example of what you say. There is no limitations because she didn't have a handsome, so she used craft paper. And she did it so well with craft paper. Te felicito, Sandra, porque eres un ejemplo. Miren, Sandra es un ejemplo porque ella no tenía papel Canson, no tenía cualquier tipo de papel que sea fancy. Lo que Sandra hizo fue plegar todas las máscaras en papel craft. Lo que dijo él, pueden plegar el papel en dos. ¿Tú lo plegaste en dos? ¿Lo uniste o solamente en uno? Una hoja. ¿O pusiste dos juntas?
Yo lo que hago es que imprimo la hoja, imprimo y sobre el papel marco. Después ya lo pliego sobre el papel craft para no lastimarlo tanto.
Ah, ya entiendo. So Sandra says that she first prints the paper and after she embosses on the paper. So in the paper, after she folds the paper and the masks are done. Yeah. Wow, Sandra. Sandra is from Mexico, imagine. So you have a lot of followers from many places in the world. Yes.
Yeah. It's so nice. I just have to say, it's so nice to see you folding my designs because it really, like, your unique style of folding inspires new designs. So that's why I really love it. It's important for me to share my work because that way, when I see other people fold it, that's when the creativity really is, you get inspired, which is really cool.
Exactly, that's true. That's true. Dice que le encanta enseñar sus trabajos porque le gusta inspirar a personas como tú que utilicen su creatividad y que exploten su creatividad. Así que te felicito. Ay, Sandra, muchas gracias. ¿Cómo te llamas, Sandra o Gaby?
Sandra Gabriela.
Ah.
Sandra Gabriela.
Sandra Gabriela. Yes. Sandra, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sandra.
Muchas gracias, Sandra. Todas tus máscaras preciosas. Así que gracias, gracias, gracias. Estás plegando las narices también, ¿verdad?
Sí. Llevo dos.
Now she's holding the noses. She's holding the noses.
Sandra, how many have you folded? How many of my designs have you folded?
¿Cuántas has plegado? ¿Cuántos de sus diseños has plegado?
Aproximadamente 22, pero ya regalé muchas máscaras.
Approximately 22, but she has given some masks like presents.
Wow. Do you have the complete collection? I'll send you the complete collection if you don't have it.
Dice que si tienes la colección completa, ¿la tienes?
Me faltan dos. Dos por conseguir.
DM me your email address and I'll send it to you.
Te la va a mandar. Te va a mandar la colección completa.
Gracias.
Of course.
I think you made her very happy because she loves them. You're so kind, Fynn. Thank you so much. Miren qué lindo, Fynn. Le preguntó a Sandra si tiene la colección completa y ella le dice que no, así que le dijo que se la va a mandar. La colección completa. Wow. You are going to give her a lot of work and she's going to be so happy folding and folding more masks.
Yeah, there's a lot of designs. And then the next step is designing your own masks.
Yeah. I don't know, Sandra, Fynn, but my dream is to have, I love to put origami on the walls. So that's one of my dreams, to put all the masks over there because they look cool. Yeah, cool. Sandra, no sé cuál sea tu sueño, pero yo le estoy diciendo a Fynn que mi sueño personal es colocar todas las máscaras en la pared, porque se ven preciosas.
Yo traté de hacerlo, pero luego van mis amigos y me dicen, oye, mira, va a ser mi cumpleaños, ¿me la regalas? Ok, te la regalo.
That's what she did, Fynn. She put the masks on the wall, but when the friends were visiting her, they were, this one is cool, can I take it? And she said, okay, take it. And that's how all the masks went. Ay, Sandra, muchas gracias, Sandra. Entonces te contactas con Fynn después y él te va a mandar todas las máscaras.
Ok.
Thank you, Sandra.
Sí. Hasta luego.
Adiós.
Hasta luego.
Chao.
Bye.
Oh. Gracias, Sandra. Fynn, thank you so much for being with us, for telling us about mask folding. I think a lot of people are going to lose the fear to begin, and they are going to give it a try. You are a great inspiration for many people, believe me, especially in this time that is so difficult with this lockdown and everything that is happening, so people don't know what to do. So instead of thinking about what's going on around the world, it's better to sit down and fold a mask to see your work. You are a great inspiration, Fynn. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me on. This has been so much fun. It's, yeah, really enjoyed it.
And
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. I told Pedro, do you want to go? Do you want to join us and be with us? And Pedro told me, Mariela, I don't like to be in a, so I get nervous. So he didn't want to, but I am going to be there, and I'm going to give you a lot of good luck, and I wish you the best. But he didn't want to be here because he gets nervous.
He's awesome. Yeah, I really, really, really love his work. It's been phenomenal to see.
Yeah. Oh, and also something that I forgot to ask you. For the people who are interested, you have a lot of merch. You have been creating some beautiful shirts with beautiful messages. And can you tell us about what you have available in your website?
Yes, I have a lot of cool. Just hang on.
Miren lo que Fynn nos va a enseñar. Fíjense bien.
Shameless self-plug, but I have a lot of cool origami themed clothing.
So cute. Yes. Miren esa hoodie. Es una hoodie con diseño de origami. Él está en ese momento en su tienda. Miren qué linda esa, de Fynn Jackson. There is one like a Star Wars that is so beautiful. I remember.
Yeah.
That one is.
I love graphic design, like designing. Obviously, you draw the crease patterns on the computer. So I think we need like really cool origami merch in the origami community that actually looks good.
Yeah, we need. Así que para las personas que están interesadas pueden visitar la página de Fynn y van a encontrar hoodies, van a encontrar camisas con unos diseños tan lindos que él crea, porque él es diseñador. Así que Fynn tiene cosas muy lindas para ustedes y también las podrían enviar a mí. Are they available worldwide? So can you send them to Mexico?
I don't. I think Peru and Mexico. No, sorry.
Not Peru and Mexico. Oh, what a pity.
I'm looking. It's like I'm just getting started. So like the company I'm using that creates it for me is in the US, and I'm looking to get a company that is in Spanish-speaking countries as well as in Europe, because a lot of people order from Europe, and so yeah.
Okay. Dice Fynn que la compañía que las está haciendo, lo que son las hoodies y las camisas, las están produciendo en Estados Unidos. Entonces, por ahorita es más fácil enviarlas a lo que es Estados Unidos o a Europa, pero que poco a poco van a ir distribuyéndose en lo que es países latinoamericanos. Ustedes saben, por eso de la pandemia ahora está difícil, pero yo les invito a ustedes cuando puedan que consigan algo de Fynn, porque todo es único y es muy lindo. Fynn, congratulations. You're a businessman. Everything you produce is beautiful. Oh, somebody's asking if they can be ordered in San Diego, California.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, right? It's actually printed in the US, so if you order from San Diego, the shipping time is much faster. But each order is created, like when you order, they create the design specifically for you. So there's no like storage or wasting the environment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes. So they come easily to Canada.
Yeah, very easy to Canada.
Yeah.
Canada and Europe, no problem. Yeah. US, easy.
Yeah. Lupita, cualquier parte en Estados Unidos llegan. Así que San Diego está bien. Thank you so much, Fynn. Please keep going on. Keep sharing your beautiful masks. They are amazing. They are beautiful. We love them.
Until next time, eh?
Yes.
Well, this has been fun.
Gracias a todos los que nos acompañaron. I am going to tell them to do the mask with patience because many people are going to try it for the first time today. So it's going to take some time, especially these people, Fynn. They are so delicate, and after, when they have something, they are always looking for a nice picture. So wait to see the creations. Thank you so much, Fynn. Gracias a todos. Thank you, everybody. So, Fynn, good luck. Keep doing what you are doing because you are great. All my respect, appreciation, and admiration for you.
Thanks so much. Likewise, eh? And yeah, check out my homepage if people want to follow mask designs. And one last thing.
I saw that one.
This one's coming out. Batman's coming out probably in about within a month. No dates, but like this is the next one coming out, which is black and brown.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the next one. Jackson'sOrigami.com is where all the crease patterns are. Thanks so much.
Jackson'sOrigami.com, and Batman is coming soon. So get ready. Yes. Thank you so much, Fynn. Gracias a todos.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too, eh? Ciao.
Fynn Jackson.